Hello everybody. I'd like to deal today with the question of whether a bride needs to cover her hair at the wedding. The halacha is that every married woman has to cover her hair. The reason for this is because we're told that the hair of a woman is an erva, is one of the parts of a woman that needs to be covered, and the custom is that we only do this after the marriage and not before the marriage. That's the subject of another video as to why not before, or do we need to, does an unmarried woman need to cover her hair as well? Our custom, the custom amongst all Jews today, is that married women cover their hair and unmarried women do not. The question therefore as to whether the bride is going to go to the wedding with a head covering or not is really at what time are they married? At what point in the whole ceremony of the wedding are this couple considered as married? In Judaism, we have two separate things. We have an engagement, which we call kiddushin, and we have the marriage, which we call nesuin. Today, we do those two processes together under the chuppah. The engagements that we have today are not actual engagements according to Torah law. They're what we call a shidduch. They're a decision that this couple is going to get married. The engagement is the giving of the ring. That's done under the chuppah on the day of the wedding. And then afterwards there is the marriage ceremony. After the kiddushin, after the ring has been given. So, from the point that up until the time that the ring has been given, it would seem the woman is not yet married. She wouldn't have an obligation to cover her hair. Only later on is she going to have that obligation. There are opinions that the chuppah itself, that's the marriage. When the husband takes his wife into this chuppah, then that is the marriage. So when she comes out of the chuppah, she's already considered as married. That's a minority opinion, and we don't actually paskin like that. The halacha is, according to everybody, that at the point in time at which it's considered that the marriage has taken place is when the marriage is consummated. That's when the couple are alone together in what's called a cheder yichud, a room, a private room. There are witnesses that have seen that they're now together privately in a room. We presume hein edi yichud, hein edi bir, that they've certainly now been marital relations between the couple, and that is the final marriage according to all opinions. And from then on, the kala, that's the bride, has an obligation now to cover her hair. The generally accepted custom, certainly amongst all the Ashkenazim and amongst a large number of the Sfardim as well, is that straight after the chuppah, the couple go together to the cheder yichud, to a private room where they are together. That's where they break their fast. That's where the Chatan would give some type of gift normally to the Kala, and the Kala would maybe give a gift to the Chatan as well. Right, we're all for equal rights nowadays. That is where the marriage is considered to have been consummated, even if it wasn't consummated. It doesn't make any difference if it was or not. Right, and that's certainly not actually the purpose of going in that room right now. But seeing as there are witnesses to the couple being alone in a room, that's considered as if they're married already. So as soon as she comes out of that room, she would need to cover her hair. But there are customs, especially amongst the Sfardim, that they don't do a cheder yichud. The couple do not go to this special room straight after the chuppah, but straight after the chuppah, they join their guests for the festive meal and for the dancing and everything that there is at the wedding. And then in the evening, after everyone's gone home, then they go home. According to the opinions that you're not doing a cheder yichud, according to this custom that you don't do a cheder yichud, so they've only actually consummated the marriage when they get home, when they're alone at home together. And so only at that point of time would there be an obligation on the bride to cover her hair. And that's why amongst people that do not do a cheder yichud, generally the Sephardi custom, the bride very often does not cover her hair at the wedding, because she's not actually married yet. She's only going to be married when they get home. And if you see her the next day, then you'll see her with a head covering, because now, according to all opinions, she's definitely married. So that's the difference. So to summarize, as to whether the bride has to cover her hair or not cover her hair, it all depends on when the marriage was. When was the yichud? When were the couple together to consummate the marriage? Thank you very much.